Hello, hope you guys doing good. So today, as of my today's plan, it was back test and shoot a YouTube video about my yesterday's price action, so I can be very how I say confident when it comes to my trading, when it comes to my entry, when it comes to my Fibonacci and 7.60 and rejection candle. So let's go back to the price action. I will guys talk about the yesterday's price action, the trade I entered, but guess what I did? I entered with a very less number. And today also I missed a little bit of trade because I was doing my own work as well and things like that. So I will talk about the way how I would enter and how I would hold and things like that. So guys, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get it started. So as you guys can see, in 4 hour we just broke structure to the upside and we are waiting for price to come up somewhere here, even though we don't have that much imbalance here. We don't have zero imbalance, so since then I'm waiting for price just to come up and just to go down, then to go up as well. So if we go back to the 50 minutes, we beautifully can see that we break structure to the downside here as well the day before yesterday. And yesterday I was doing this. I did my Fibonacci from A to the B like that, and one of my friends entered exactly right here and was selling somewhere here 30.300, which hit somewhere here, so which is absolutely fine. In these areas I was sleeping and I don't really look at the price action around that time. So, and yesterday I had a very good time with my girlfriend, so I don't really come to church. I came to church around this area. So what I realized was we had a beautiful breakout structure. To here in 5 minutes. If you guys go down, you can beautifully see it. We had a beautiful breakout structure. And if you do the Fibonacci from A to the B, you guys can see we had a beautiful doji candle over there. We had a doji candle 7.60. You see, we don't enter here because why is not rejection candle? We don't enter here. We don't enter here. The moment we see this rejection, look at this, guys. Imagine I enter and what would happen? No, it might just push up as well. The moment I see the rejection candle, that's the moment you enter. So that was a beautiful 1 to 5 trade with a 0.1 to 5 trade with a 25 pip stop loss. And what it did was it broke the structure to the downside again on 5 minutes, and was beautiful trade as well. Beautiful breaker structure to the downside. So what I would do is I would just wait and enter somewhere here as well. So what it did was, guys, look at this. It came to the 7.60. It made the just choked it. So imagine, look at this exact the same picture. So I could enter somewhere here as well. That's a part of back testing, guys, as well. So I could enter somewhere here as well and just keep selling and selling and selling. Doesn't matter, price cannot scare me again. Boom, 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 shaka, shaka, boom, boom, boom. So what happened was we are selling so heavily. What happened was we had a beautiful choke as well here. We had a beautiful choke to the upside and we just let it go. So we have this blue candle, just buy from there and let the price go up. So it didn't do that. So what it did was we had a breakout structure to the upside, as you guys can see on that time frame. Maybe it's mitigating from here, so we can just quickly buy from their results. So let's look at the trade around what time it happened. So it was around 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock. We had a huge sell to the downside. We are making then higher highs, higher lows. Look, the same thing happened, but still went pushing up. So I wouldn't really enter from here because still more risky. So I would still wait for something like that, which gave me the real perk structure to the downside. So I would enter somewhere here after this black candle. I would be waiting for the rejection. Once I see the rejection, then I would enter perfectly. And of course I will be targeting somewhere here, these areas. You know what I'm trying to say. And since now, look at this is where the magic happens. Now look, it's getting so crazy. Now we break a structure here as well. Forget about all this. Now we break a structure where? We'll break a structure somewhere here. We break a structure to the downside right there. So now we're aligning with our time frame. So after break of structure, what we're gonna have pullback. So we are more likely to play pullback as well. Let's go see and whether we can play pullback. So we are making lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So this is where it's getting interesting. So we could have entered somewhere here as well, but again, it depends on you. How would you like to enter? And so far, it doesn't really come to that place, but hey, you know what I'm trying to. So what it does was, if you guys look at the 3 minutes, it gives us beautiful chalk here. This is what I call beautiful chalk right here. Beautiful chalk to the upside. So what we can do is, like, you see, we don't have no imbalance. We just take the price from just where's the imbalance is, and look at this, guys. Price exactly comes to 20 minus 27. That's a beautiful freaking trade, 200 pips. So let's go to the 1 minute and see what's popping. So we'll go to the price. So the same thing here. We'll wait for the price to come up here. We don't just enter. So even though 930 is here, we don't just enter there. We will just wait for the rejection candle. As long as we see that rejection candle close, we could put our stop loss up. Initially we should put stop loss here with 10, but we can just put just behind this candle and target somewhere here, which is beautiful trade. Can you guys see that? That's a beautiful trade. You guys can imagine 1.6 and 225 pips. That's where the all the traders imagine of. So I was still keeping in mind that, hey, we had a breakout structure, we are more likely to sell off as well. And what I did was I did my Fibonacci from A to the B, and it didn't really play out. Just mitigate somewhere here. I'm like, okay, as long as we didn't break this high, I'm more likely to sell. And look at this minus 27, guys. Look at this. Didn't it just respect it? Didn't just respect it here as well. It's respecting here as well. Beautiful. Almost 400 pips. So this is where it's getting interesting, guys. Look at this. So I was not entering yet. So I would like to see the chalk happen. So, and I see the beautiful chalk happen here as well. Chalk to the downside, because hey, anything happen, follow my plan. Chalk happen. So what I was waiting for is, let me quickly remove this one. What I was waiting for is, I was waiting for the price to come up somewhere here, but what it did was just came to this and mitigate this blue candle. Can you guys imagine that? It just came here and just mitigated this blue candle, and I'm like, okay, it mitigated that. I want to enter somewhere here, but guess what? The stop loss is still not big. And I'm like, I could have just covered here, but what I was saying is stop loss is gonna be big. No, bro. Even though you do 50 pip stop loss, that's a beautiful stop loss. Look at that. And my take profit would be somewhere here, which could be still give me 1 to 7. That's all the freaking traders imagine, visualize of, bro. So I could have just entered somewhere here as well, and what I did was I didn't do that. So in this case I didn't enter. I'm like, well, let me just wait for the price to come up somewhere here as well, and I was patient, and I want to enter somewhere here as well, guys. Look, its price is moving, but I'm like, no, Alex, enter based on the Fibonacci. So what I did was I did my Fibonacci somewhere here, but something crazy I did was I'm putting my Fibonacci here. Not even here. So that was kind of order blocks and stuff. So I see this rejection candle, and I'm like, enter 5. I enter 5. Then guess what? I enter with 25 pip stop loss. Come on, Alex, put your stop loss at least somewhere here. And guess what the price started to do? Like, boom. So I'm like, okay, I entered, the price is moving beautiful, we just hit 100 pip, and I'm like, oh, look, is it gonna, like, is it gonna push up? Let me just put my stop loss and break even. So which I did. So price merely comes, it doesn't take my stop loss. So the moment I did my break even, guess what happened? The moment I did break even, now I'm looking for the other ways of entering my trade. So that was just liquidity grab, so I could have just entered looking for the price to come up. So as you guys can see, we had a beautiful looks like a order block as well, point of interest. Just the moment I start to see these black candles, beautiful rejection candle, I could have just entered somewhere here, somewhere there as well, just covering this with 10 stop, with a 10 lot size. That could have been beautiful trade as well. So now I'm just flowing with my account, I'm just flowing with my trade, as you guys can see. So The moment I enter a trade, don't just enter and forget it. Just follow with the market. Just follow with the market. So I did the break. Imagine I did break even and let the price go. No, yo, bro, listen. You are playing a counter trade. So I'm going. Then we are breaking structure as well. So I need to look at each trade, each scaling as it's a new trade, guys, as it's a fresh trade. So look, I enter here again. Do I just enter here? No. The moment I see the black candle, do I just enter here? No. Do I just enter here? I could have just entered somewhere here as well, but again, putting my stop loss where? Again, putting my stop loss somewhere here there. And as keep in mind, guys, my stop loss is still here, 27. Boom, it hit around 1 a.m. That's a beautiful trade. 1 a.m. It's going to be around 9 o'clock in Dubai time, which is beautiful trade. So guess what happened next? So guys, kind of playing around here and there. So I didn't really enter the trades here. So yes, break of structure to the upside. Then I could have entered trade here around 3 4 o'clock. I'm like, why would I bother? You know what, I'm just playing, then hit. So now let's go to the 5 minutes and 15 minutes today's price action. What happened? So let's go to the 15 minutes. So this is the whole trade I took, and I don't trade these areas, you know, it's more like Asian area. So we break structure here, and this is my swing high. What I did, okay, now we just we did a little bit of chalk. Let me just do my Fibonacci, but as you guys know, I came to the chart a little bit late, which is absolutely okay. So even though this is would be my enter area, since we are still trading and we had a beautiful bullish momentum candle, it came beautiful entry. I could have entered somewhere here as well after this trade with a 50 pip stop loss, I believe. Yes, on target. That's beautiful, 1 to 5 as well. I could have done that as well. So initially my TP would be somewhere here. Okay, let's see how it's gonna go, and let's go how I would enter here. So price came, and we don't see any chalk yet. At the moment we see chalk is somewhere here. The moment we see chalk is the first, that's a breakout structure, to be honest. The first chalk we see is here. Lower low, lower high, lower low, then boom, higher high. And that's where I'm like, okay, now it's getting interesting, you know. So what I did was, I didn't do, because this times I was reading a book here and there, so I chalk happened the blue candle, so I would have entered with a 25 I would enter with a 25 stop loss and just covering the lows and just targeting this 50 minutes high. Boom, that's a beautiful 140 trade. You know what, I'm like, I kind of missed it. I was like, okay, so I was doing like this, so okay, no worries, we just missed that, which is absolutely fine. So the next thing what I did was we had a beautiful breakout structure to the upside. And what I was saying is like, okay, we had a breakout structure, but it didn't really come to the place where I would really enter. I'm like, okay, just freak it. And I'm like, okay, they're pretty much the same areas, and I couldn't enter from there as well. The price didn't come there. And one thing I remember is I really would like to enter from the 7.60. That's kind of my goal, and that's how I would like to enter a trade. So we had another breakout structure to the upside as well, and I'm like, okay, this is getting better now. So I did my Fibonacci from A to the B. So this is the lesson I didn't do, guys. Imagine I entered from somewhere here, beautiful chalk happened. Let's say lower low, boom, higher higher, boom, with a 25 pip stop loss and targeting the 15-minute swing high. That could have been a beautiful sexy trade, bringing $1,750, 107.17. That's a dream trade you could ever do, guys. So this is where we are right now, and the lesson I would like to share with you is beautiful 14 minutes. The lesson I would like to share with you, just even though you miss a trade, stick to your trade and follow with the trend and look for the opportunities to re-enter. Because I had two re-entries yesterday as well when I'm doing sellings, and today I had like one beautiful re-entries as well. So the lesson is, even though you miss your setup or whatever, just keep, once you know the price where it's gonna go, just keep following with the price, keep flowing with the price. So it might give other enter opportunities as well. That's the lesson, guys, would you like to share to you. And what I understand, even though you have a job, even though there's the things you need to do and stuff, just keep one eye on the charts as well, and keep marking. You see the chalk, say chalk. You see the breakout structures, do breakout structure, and keep doing your Fibonacci. And when it comes to 7.60, pay attention. How would you like to enter? Does it give you chalk? Does it give you chalk or things like that? And just enter and stick. Once you see the blue rejection candle, black rejection candle, enter with a beautiful 10 lot size. Believe in analysis and just look, guys. Yesterday that was a beautiful almost 400 pip trade, and now as you guys can see it was almost 250 pip trade. So keep practicing, keep knowing your strategy. Make sure you pay attention to 5 and 15 minutes on breakout structures and 5 and 15 minutes market structure, because that's where the biggest role plays in the US30. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get it, homies. Cheers.